Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to be learning about APE and TAPC. Now you're probably wondering what that is, so we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Now APE. Now it's definitely not this guy right here. APE is an acronym and it stands for Assert, Prove, and Explain. So when are you going to use this? You're going to be using this and hearing this acronym over and over and over again from me. It kind of goes along with argumentative writing, but can be applied to all type of writing, which is what I want you kind of to focus on this semester, is writing in this kind of like formula. So when you are doing APE, it helps with argumentative essays, but it also helps with just writing in general. You may have also heard it in TPI or TPI. So let's go through what each of the letters in APE stands for. A stands for assert, which means to state a fact or belief confidently and forcefully. When you're writing an essay or any type of writing really, you'll need to make a point. You will need to take a stance and you need to assert your opinion about it. So you make a stance and you stick with it. Next, you have prove, which is to demonstrate the truth or existence of something by evidence or argument. This is where your proof and evidence comes into play, and I will show you some examples of this, but this is normally an example from like the text. Next, we have an explain, which is to make an idea, situation, or problem clear to someone by describing it in more detail or revealing relevant facts or ideas. Pretty much, it just means to tie it all together. Okay. Now, when you're doing a lot of essay type of writing, you're going to you'll do it like this, but you don't need to worry about the second half, but you're going to need to write it just like this. You're going to have a topic sentence, assert, approve, and explain, and then you're going to skip this APE and then go straight to conclusion. So, I'm going to show you how to do that in paragraph form. So, let me load something for you I think will be helpful. Okay. Make sure I grab this for you guys. Now, we've learned what APE means, which is assert, prove, explain. Now let's learn about TAPC. So, this is what you're going to do. T stands for topic sentence, which is like a sentence which is the main idea of a paragraph. So when you're doing TAPC, this is a formula for writing. Each of these points right here is going to be a sentence, which makes up a paragraph. And I'll show you two examples. So we have your topic sentence, which is the main idea of the paragraph. And then you have assert, which is your point. Then you have your prove, or your proof, which is your example. And then you have E, which is explain. So you're explaining how your point and example go together. Then you have your conclusion. It's wrapping it all up. You're going to pretty much answer, what is the point of this whole paragraph that I'm talking about, okay? So we're going to put that into writing. So let's say you're given a prompt, like that should say, who is the best teacher you ever had? So who is the best teacher you ever had? So first you're going to write it out just like this, TAPC. So my topic sentence would be, the best teacher I ever had was Mr. Guinea. That's pretty straightforward, right? My assertion, Mr. Guinea was always very kind to his students and showed them compassion. That's my assertion. That's my main idea, is that this is who he is. Now my point, or my proof. My example, if you will. He would stay after school to help any students in need. That's an example of what he did. Now my E is my explain. This is me tying it all together. Mr. Guinea would often work many long hours to help his students with not only homework for his class, but with other classes as well. Okay, Now that's explaining why he's kind in an exam, and it's tying in my assertion and my proof together to explain it all. Because without this E right here, this would kind of be a very boring paragraph. Next, we have our conclusion, which is we're tying it all together, right? So Mr. Guinea showed his kindness and compassion to every student because he always put his students first, and this is why he is my favorite teacher. Okay, that's my conclusion. I'm wrapping it all up. I'm telling you what the point is. So then we're gonna mush it all together, and it equals one happy little paragraph right here. The best teacher I ever had was Mr. Guinea. Mr. Guinea was always very kind to his students and showed them compassion. He would stay after school to help any student in need. Mr. Guinea would often work many long hours to help his students with not only homework for his class, but with other classes as well. Mr. Guinea showed his kindness and compassion to every student because he always put his students first, and this is why he is my favorite teacher. Now this equals one nice little paragraph, right? Now I'm going to show you another example. I decided I want to show you 3. With 8 right here. So you're going to have a topic sentence. This is pretty much, it is saying what you're talking about. So, for example, like cats are better than dogs. This shows very clearly what you're talking about. Now is your assertion, which is your opinion or a point. Cats are better than dogs because they make better companion pets. Just remember that having an opinion is okay. You just have to make sure you have proof to back it up, which is why we go into our proof. According to cats.com, cats have better calming auras. You now have evidence or proof to back up what you're saying, but you need to explain it all. Next is your example. Excuse me. This means that when you have a cat as a pet, they protrude calmness, which makes you as an owner calm. You just remember when you're explaining, you need to make everything painfully clear. Now, if you were going to do T-ape-C, you would add another assertion, proof, and explain. And it would equal a nice little paragraph. Now, that's just kind of breaking it down just a little bit more for you guys, is that when you are doing your assertion, it's an opinion, it's a point. It's okay to have that. Your proof is you need to be able to back up your assertion. It's your proof, it's your example. Now your explanation is you tie in your point and your proof, or your assertion and your proof together, and you need to make sure you're painfully clear. You can never, I guess in writing, especially at the stage that you're at, you can never be too clear and too concise right now, because I want you to be painfully clear, even if you're writing and being like, oh, she knows this. That's okay. I want you to explain yourself so you get the practice writing so that you become a better, confident writer. Now, I'm going to show you another one. So we're going to kind of do not necessarily like what I would call like a real world example, but this is actually from like a reading excerpt and a prompt. So here is the reading, and it's rules and responsibilities. Okay. Abby's mother was angry and disappointed in her daughter. One rule that she expected Abby to follow was to make her bed each morning. Abby had disobeyed her and not made her bed for several mornings, thus creating additional work for her mother. Bobby's father had told him to be sure to take out the trash, but Bobby once again failed to perform his assigned duty. In Abby and Bobby's worlds, as in yours, there are rules with responsibilities that need to be followed. It is important to be responsible and to follow rules because this is a skill that will help you throughout your life. Rules help to build character and develop a good work ethic. Okay, so that was the little reading excerpt. Now this is the prompt, and it's asking you to write an essay, or in this case, just the start of a paragraph is what I'm going to show you, is write an essay explaining the importance of following rules and fulfilling responsibilities. Be sure to support your explanation with examples and reasons. Now, TAC is going to help you here. Why? Because it's already including everything. You got your assertion and your proof, and you're explaining why. So you're including your explanation, examples, and your reasoning for all of it. So THC is a wonderful formula for writing. It's really going to help you. So what you first do is you write it out like this. If you're like writing or typing, you're going to put THC straight down that paper because it's going to help you. Okay, so here's my topic sentence. So my main idea, right, is following rules helps build character and will help prepare a kid for the real world. Plain and simple. That's like my overarching, simple topic. Now here's my assertion. Completing simple chores around the house will help a student be prepared for real life responsibility. Now that's my assertion. That's my opinion about the matter, okay? Now here's my proof. Now this is my example. And if you remember, the prompt did ask you to include examples. Now proof. In the passage, Abby had disobeyed her and not made her bed for several mornings, thus creating additional work for her mother. Now, I'm going to explain this because if we just left it with the topic, sentence, assertion, proof, and a conclusion, we'd kind of be like, what? Please explain it all to me. So here, I'm going to explain it to you. Abby did not do what she was asked, and that created problems for her mother. In the real world, if we do not do what we are told, the responsibility will always fall on someone else. Okay, that's explaining why this is going to help us with responsibility, right? Now let's wrap it up. Now remember, conclusion and this explanation right here are different. This E is only tying into your proof and your assertion together, okay? Now conclusion. It is important that we follow rules and fulfill our responsibilities so that we can be prepared for the real world. Okay, that kind of ties it all together. It's telling me, so what? What's the point of this whole entire paragraph? Now, if you're going to write an essay, this would be a great place for like a hook leading to another paragraph. But right now, we're just doing the simple basics of THC. Now, what do we do after we write it out in this format right here? We mush it all together to make a paragraph. Following rules helps build character and will help prepare a kid for the real world. Completing simple chores around the house will help a student be prepared for real life responsibility. In the passage, Abby had disobeyed her and not made her bed for several mornings, thus creating additional work for her mother. Abby did not do what she was asked, and that created problems for her mother. In the real world, if we do not do what we are told, the responsibility will always fall on someone else. It is important that we follow rules and fulfill our responsibilities so that we can be prepared for the real world. Now that is a good solid paragraph, and guess what? It answers a prompt of the importance of fulfilling responsibilities, and we explained ourselves, we used examples, and we reasoned. All using this format right here. This may seem excessive, but guess what? When you go to put it in this paragraph, this is going to make this so much easier. Okay, so now what? Use THC as a starting point for all of your essays and your essay questions for this class. I promise you it will help and it will make you a better writer. For tests, for life, whatever, I promise it will help you. My office hours are from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and that should say, I forgot to put this, on Thursdays. Okay, so my office hours are from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Thursdays. You can use the link that was given to you in the syllabus of a link to my virtual office in Google Hangouts. Also, for this lesson, you need to put in a keyword to get credit for this assignment, and that keyword is water. Again, my office hours are from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Please use THC because I promise you it's gonna really help you, and it's gonna make you a better writer for what you need to be. Again, if you need anything at all, I'm here to help you. Feel free to call me or email me, whatever it needs to be. I'm here to help you. Okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget that the keyword is, in fact, water. Have a good day.